Welcome back on this Tuesday as we start looking at Genesis chapter 12. This is the beginning of the story of Abram, who will be later known as Abraham, and the promise that God gave to him, and the beginning of God's chosen people, the nation of Israel. As we look at this, we'll see also that there is a promise that God gives concerning the greater blessing that will come more than just to his people, but will come to all nations. Remember, we have seen the transition from Noah now to Abram, and here we begin the story of Abram for the next few chapters. Now the Lord said to Abram, "Go from your country and your kindred and your father's house to the land I will show you, and I will make of you a great nation, and I will bless you and make your name great, so that you will be a blessing. I will bless those who bless you, and him who dishonors you I will curse. And in you all the families of the earth shall be blessed." This is the first promise that God made to Abram, at least that we have recorded in Genesis. And he followed it by faith. He left the land of his father. They had already left, remember, Ur of the Chaldeans, and had come to Haran, and now that they were ready to move on as well, to the place where Terah, Abram's father, had planned to go but had been stopped. God is now making it happen, so Abram finishes that journey. And he gives them a promise. "I will bless those who you bless, and him who dishonors you I will curse." Blessings and curses. "And in you all the families of the earth shall be blessed." This is a promise of Christ, the one who would come to save all nations. He was going to a land that he did not know. God showed him what he would receive, this land. And notice Abram's response. He was faithful. He trusted the Lord at his promise. He went to a land that he did not know. He was faithful and trusting in God always, wasn't he? No, not really. Actually, many times he failed. We're going to read that. We're skipping down now to verse 10. Again, on your own, I encourage you to read the whole chapter, but now moving verse 10. "Now there was a famine in the land, so Abram went down to Egypt to sojourn there, for the famine was severe in the land. When he was about to enter Egypt, he said to Sarai, his wife, 'I know that you are a woman beautiful in appearance, and when the Egyptians see you, they will say, "This is his wife." Then they will kill me, but they will let you live. Say you are my sister, that it may go well with me because of you, and that my life may be spared for your sake.' When Abram entered Egypt, the Egyptians saw that the woman was very beautiful. And when the princes of Pharaoh saw her, they praised her to Pharaoh. The woman was taken into Pharaoh's house. And for her sake, he dealt well with Abram, and he had sheep, oxen, male donkeys, male servants, female donkeys, and camels. Abram basically traded his wife, Sarai, for the safety and wealth that would come from Pharaoh. So much for being faithful always. He was really a coward, wasn't he? Hiding behind his wife for protection, lying and making his wife lie to save his own skin. We're moving down. The next verse 17. "But the Lord afflicted Pharaoh and his house with great plagues because of Sarai, Abram's wife. So Pharaoh called Abram and said, 'What is this you have done to me? Why did you not tell me that she was your wife? Why did you say she is my sister, so that I took her for my wife? Now then, here is your wife. Take her and go.' And Pharaoh gave men orders concerning him, and they sent him away, with his wife and all that he had. So even though Abram wasn't faithful, God was faithful to him. God is always faithful. He restored Sarai to Abram. God's faithfulness and his grace is evidence in the middle of Abram's lack of faith, in the middle of our lack of faith. You see, Abram didn't trust in God to protect him from Pharaoh, so he lied. How many times do we not trust in God? We trust in ourselves, and in the end, we fall into difficulty as well. May it be a reminder for us to always trust in our God at all times. And when we fail, to remember that he is always faithful. God bless. And we'll see you again tomorrow.